everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee Wesley. Today I am going to show you guys how I Franken shadows, let's see, highlights, blush, bronzer, all kinds of good stuff. So I actually filmed the video yesterday, but the footage, it's going to be way too long, so I'm going to cut it into two parts. Now, if you are brand new to my channel, and if you are looking for somebody who's literally going to break apart and mix it while showing you, I couldn't do that. I film on my laptop, so I took plenty of pictures to show you guys what I was doing. But if you're just looking for some satisfaction in seeing it, because I'm telling you, it is so satisfying to watch somebody Franken things, and my apologies, this is not that video. I was unable to film it, but this video was so highly requested, I just went ahead and I did my best, and I hope you guys can see that that translates. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, or at least the first part of the video. Tomorrow will be the second part, promise. Today I am Frankening shadows and I'm excited. I'm so excited because I love Frankening shadows. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I have been showing you guys here along my channel what exactly I would be doing. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go over what you will need. First and foremost, you are going to need some alcohol. Some rubbing alcohol. I know there is multiple alcohols. I think there's like 99% proof as well, but 99% proof. Okay, we're not drinking this, but so this we're going to need. We are going to need a lot of paper towels, and I only grabbed 3, but it's gonna have to do. And then I also have this. It's technically a pimple popping tool, but I don't. This tool I don't use, and I use this side. I don't really use this side, I use this side. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we're going to be doing today. We are transferring shadows over to something else. We are also doing bronzers, we're doing blush, and hopefully some highlights. So we are doing a lot today, and unfortunately I film on my laptop. Not unfortunately, I'm extremely happy to have my laptop, but I don't have an actual camera to show you guys what I'm going to be doing, so I am going to be taking lots of pictures, putting them up on the screen, and kind of going with it from there. I hope you don't mind. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I have a lot to do, so I'm going to go ahead and take my wedding ring off because your girl's about to get messy. And she knows it. So I have a table right here. I know you can't see it, sorry. But I do have a paper towel. I am putting that down first. First and foremost, let's go ahead and do this contour slash bronzer. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour. Yeah. So my goal is to put it from here to here. So what you're going to do is get your product. First and foremost, if you're a messy girl like me, you're going to have to set it down. Hold it with your fingers and then scrape using this side of your tool. So I am just scraping it, making sure I get along the edges right there. I'm saying right there like you can see it. What I like to do is get like only one corner or some portion of it done, and then get all the product, scrape it to one corner of it, and then get it in the pan. Because if you scrape it all and then try to flip it over into the pan, you're just gonna make a big mess. And oh my goodness, how I have made a mess. I used to have carpet. Oh boy, oh boy. That was not fun getting shadow out of carpet. I had to be like silent throughout that whole process. Okay, so if you can see, I clearly scraped out all that. That's just product that it doesn't matter if it comes up or not. Alright, now I'm going to use So you know the caps that normally come on sprays and such? Okay, so I'm talking about this right here. I makeshift everything, okay? It has multi-use, okay? So what I do with this is make sure the lid is completely on. Pop open this, and then just pour a little bit in here. Now, I normally just use about that much. You don't need that much, especially here. I'm going to take a picture for how my stuff looks right now so you can see it, of course. Okay, so if you can see the picture of how it looks in the pan, right there, I am going to use just a couple drops of this, just a little, okay. Oh, could you even see that? Probably not. Sorry, guys. So, it's better to start slowly more than add too much. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I use this side to mix it. Okay, so I definitely don't have enough. It's better to know sometimes. Okay, add a little bit more right in the center on top of that shade. And just mix. I went ahead and mixed the shadow and the alcohol together. It's very, very wet. So what you can do is take your extra paper towel and get that extra alcohol out, and it'll look like this. Yes. And then all I do is just set it to the side, and I'll show you tomorrow what I do. But let's go ahead and keep going with this because I'm on a roll and I love it and I love it. Okay, I'm bringing out my Pacifica Blush Duo. Now I have this blush right here. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this tool off. This has so little product in it that I'm going to go ahead and put it into this Australis banana powder little container. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just dig in. First, I'm going to show you guys a picture of it after I broke it all down. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of product in here that I just didn't realize. Shoot. So I'm going to try my best to put it in here. If it doesn't all fit in here, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm just very, 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 very gently putting this blush into the small container. Ooh, and it looks like it might just all fit, maybe. I was really worried. I'm not gonna lie. I was really worried. I'm just making sure along the edges that I'm getting absolutely everything. And here, I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. There it is up on the screen. I'm going to do the same thing and use just the rest of what I have in here. Just a tiny bit, which is definitely not going to be enough, but that's okay. We can still use more. You kind of have to just use your best judgment in this, or watch a lot of YouTube videos that can actually show you what to do, unlike mine. But I did promise quite a few people that I was going to be doing this video today, so this is for you people. I gotta add more. Okay, so just a little bit more. Oh, I think I added too much. Ooh. Yes, I definitely did. But that's okay. Guys, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this, absolutely, but then again, like, you just gotta roll with the punches. Definitely added too much. Right now it looks like blush soup. I'm gonna clean up the edges before I take a picture because it kind of looks atrocious. So I'm just gonna take a little corner, fold it up, and clean up those edges. What I'm going to do is clean this, and I will be right back. Okay, so I actually just decided to do it on camera. We're here, we might as well. This is a Neutrogena baby wipe, and I'm just going to clean the inside of that off. I'm used to doing this alone, so excuse me if I'm quiet at any point in time in this video. Usually I would have like a glass of wine while I did this, but you know, I don't want to make any more mess, and it is like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and take out this one right here. I am going to be scraping it, of course, and here, I'm going to take a picture for you right now, before, after, all that shenanigan. Okay, so I'm going to demolish it. Oh, it's just one of my favorite things to do, is just demolish it. It's so nice and lovely. Sometimes when it's like this, you just get lucky. So I'm going to carefully take it out of this pan, and then put it in, very carefully, upside down into it. Press it really hard so you know that they're together, and flip it over. So when I take up this one, it's in there. And not all of it's gone, so, which is fine, but we wanted at least most of the product in there. So I'm going to scrape out the rest of this, and I should put it down before I make a mess and get it everywhere. Okay, so here is the empty pan. Okay, so now what I want to add to it to make it different, is the blush from this Makeup Revolution Fierce as Fire. This is the blush right here, so it looks like this right here. It's just super glittery and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So what I'm going to do is spread out that product that we already have in the palette, and then I get to destroy things once again. Yay, I love it. So I'm going to just make a corner, which I should have started with this corner since it would have been easier for me to dump out, but it's fine. I'm going to take this, I'm just going to do that little trick I showed you guys earlier. Really press it and flip it over, and get some in here, and then put it into that palette. Easy peasy, it's easy. Yeah. It's so addicting. It's so addicting making your own thing and making it work for you. And ooh, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is watch out for tones, especially like you don't want to mix, well you can, but it's not really recommended. You can't really mix a cool tone blush with a warm tone blush and expect it to be 1000%. You know what I'm saying? And it's also one of those things where once you give, you can't take back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like a car. Well, not like a car. It's just like a car you're trying to sell. You can't take it back afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You can't take it back. You just gotta give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Red hot chili peppers, anyone? No? Okay, cool. Alright, so my goal with this is to put enough in here to make it as full as can be. We're filling things today. So I'm going to put in a little bit more of this. More of this. Sorry, I know you guys can't see. I'm so sorry. I wish you could. I need a better camera, but I need more money first. Okay, so I've put in about this much. Now, what I'm going to do, very carefully, is put some alcohol. And now, hopefully I'm not going to go too overboard like I did with the blush soup. Which, guys, it's okay if I made blush soup. It's going to be 100% tomorrow, so. Which is what I like to do. I don't like to wait until the end of the night. I like to wait until the next day to make sure everything is 100% done. You know, some people wait just a couple hours, and I'm like, no, I don't want any alcohol, because I have super sensitive skin. I don't want any alcohol to be on my skin, just drying it out and making it super sensitive. I don't want that at all. So I will definitely wait until the next day. No, thank you. Okay, it looks like I can add more of that Fierce as Fire shade. Oh, I drooled. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. And it's okay to add things while it's wet because all you have to do is make the dry thing that you just put in there wet. That's a sentence I didn't think I would say. Ever. I feel like I need to be listening to music right now. You know, that's what I would be doing. Frankening shadows and listening to music and drinking my glass of wine. But unfortunately, with the filming setup and the filming schedule, I need to film in the morning and I'm in my pajamas. Okay, so this isn't exactly soup yet, luckily, so I'm now going to stop while I'm ahead in adding the alcohol, but I am going to add, I've added this much so far, so I'm going to add more. Because why not? So, my tool is completely messy, but that's fine. I'm just going to wipe it off on a paper towel. This is why I grabbed so many paper towels, because I need them. I'm going to wipe off the edges. So what I'm going to be doing is adding this to this. Yes, this to this. And let's go ahead and get on into this. Now, with this one, I can't flip up and down because it has so much wet formula, so I'm going to just be cutting like little bits at a time and putting it in there. Pray for me. So, again, demolishing it, but not doing too much. Here, I'll show you about how much I do before I put it in there. Okay, so I have this Profusion blush palette. I am using this one and this one in a project pan, and I think I also have this one in one, but I'm not sure. But right now what I want to do is take this shade that I don't have in any projects and kind of scrape some out of it to put into each of them. Now I'm going to put a little bit into the one that I have in the duo and then a lot more into the Tarte palette, just to give myself some variation in that pink. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people try to mix things and it's not the same tone, or it doesn't have, like, this is all pinky kind of thing, but some people want to do a little more red with pink, which is fine, but be prepared for what that color is going to be. So, normally what I like to do is just take a swatch of the color and then put it on whatever color that it was, which I think the Tarte was the first one. So this is a really soft pale pink, which is what I want. So I'm going to be putting this, like I said, a lot of it into the Tarte. I am just going to start with, like a bottom corner instead of going in the middle like I did last time. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a corner, and depending on how different I want this color to be than everything else is depending on how much I'm going to be taking out of it. So again, and then if I haven't mentioned it already, it doesn't matter if you put it straight on top of the product that you're going to put it in, because you're going to be adding liquid and then stirring it all up anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, so I took a little bit of time off camera to go ahead and mix in a lot of product to each of them, so I'm going to go ahead and just be adding. Where is my other tool? Oh, see, it's see-through, I can't find it. So I'm doing this for 2 of them, so cheers. Okay, so I'm right now mixing the Profusion palette. I can't wait to see all the tones that are going to be in this palette now. I loved this palette after we got it in, I think it was Ipsy. I'm pretty sure it was Ipsy. But I and I was worried what this would look like, and then I put it on and it was so beautiful. And then I repressed the shadows or the blushes in here, and they didn't really work out so well. So that's one thing you have to be careful of, is, or be aware of, is sometimes when you repress things, it doesn't have the same touch or same formula, shall I say. So I'm just mixing it up, making myself my blush. Not exactly soup, but it's definitely runny. So that is complete. You can tell in the picture that the left side, the side where we added all that sparkly blush to, is now drying. You can tell, which is great. Okay, so now I'm adding the alcohol to the Tarte palette. Trying to be careful not to add too much. And just stirring that. Ooh, this color looks beautiful. The problem is that the color looks beautiful, but when it dries, it's normally a lot lighter than what it is, actually, you know? So I get really excited, and then I'm like, oh, that's really a lot lighter than I thought it would be. So I am completely submerging all of the powder into the alcohol, realizing that I don't have enough product in here. So I might just go ahead and add more of that Profusion palette into here just to change up the color a little bit more. Okay, so I need to add more of that brownie shade, and it's called Lush. Now the formula is starting to feel a little dry. I'm going to add a little bit of more alcohol. You just gotta wing it. You just gotta know. Now, some people like to take a paper towel afterwards and press all that alcohol out. Now, I really like when my blush shows, which it's not right now. I didn't really use the brush for it, but when that blush really just comes through, I love it. I absolutely love blush. Blush is bae. Okay, blush is bae. So, that is... I can still add more product. So do I want to? Yeah, I want to. Okay. So I've already added quite a bit of that Lush shade. So what I think I'm going to do, just for giggles, is to add another shade, which is this blush. Let's see here. And then I'm going to come back tomorrow. After all of this dries, I wanted to do some highlight and, yeah, highlight and one eyeshadow, but I've already spent so much time doing this that I think this video is going to be like 4 hours long, because that's how long I've been sitting here. Not really, I think I've only been sitting here like an hour and a half, but because I'm so particular about things that need to be done. So I'm going to come back. We are going to look at swatches tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of what everything looks like now, and then we'll take a picture again tomorrow when it's all dried and all that good stuff. So here's a picture. I'm so excited to see what it looks like tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow. Alright, so it's the next day. Oh, okay. I have already been editing this, yes, and I realized when I look at this now, I said this was going to be in my project pan, and it is, and I'm so mad that I went ahead and already used it, so I'm gonna have to find something else for my project pan, so I'm really bummed. Oh, and I realized that I don't like this shade really anyways, so I might just Franken a few of these together, maybe these 3, and just make my own little Franken shadow. But guys, when I was watching the footage editing it yesterday, I saw myself like digging into this, and I was like, no. Dang it. which is okay. Alright, so I want to do some comparisons. So this is my Dream Street palette that I took out all the shades and made it into my own little Z palette. But this was the shade we had all of those pinks that we Frankened like. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch that for you so we can see the differences in all of them. So it's just this Barbie pink. And then let's go with my duo. This is what it looks like on the inside. To be honest with you, the two don't look that different. This one just looks like it has shimmer. Which I think this one we did add the most shimmer to. So, let's swatch these on the back of my hand. Okay, so if you could tell the difference between those three. This one is a little lighter than this one back here. Which I still could probably Franken this back one right here, but it's like very shimmery, this middle one. This shimmer one that we added all of that Makeup Revolution Fierce as Fire blush into. It's really sparkly and it looks like a mixture of those two, so I'm very excited for that. But this one is still a little too pink for my taste. It's actually a little more peach than the straight Barbie pink, but I'm just gonna have to try it. Just gonna have to try it. Maybe in the spring though, not right now. Alright, we did go ahead and mix the contour and the blush. I know these are good because I didn't mix anything with them, so I'm sure they're the same. I'm gonna have to check the formula of this blush though real fast. Oh, that's the problem. Like, there's not really much. It doesn't really pick up the shade that much after I repressed it. Dang it. Oh well, that just means I'm gonna go through it quicker. Alright, let's go with... We didn't open this Tarte blush yet. This Tarte blush right here, I'm going to compare it to the four at the top. Put it along my knuckles. Okay, so that's a really pretty shade, actually, this top one right here. I know you can't really see because of my lighting and my computer, but it's much more like a coral and so beautiful. So beautiful. I love that. I can't wait to wear that. So pretty. So, I hope you all have a wonderful time just chilling out and watching me do some, or watching the pictures of me do some mixing. I hope you all have a wonderful and fantastic day. This video was everything you hoped it would be, and I promise when I mix that blush, I will put it together with something, but on a better camera so you guys can see me do it. Yes, that is my goal. I am saving up for a camera. It's just going to take me so long. I hate it. I hate it. Alright, that is it for me. I hope you all have a wonderful and fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Tomorrow. Bye.